Hello and welcome back. Hope you had a fantastic weekend. I'm Coy Wire. This is CNN 10, the best 10 minutes in news. And I don't say that in a solipsistic way. I say this is the best 10 minutes in news because of all of you. Thank you for making what we do simply the best. Let's kick off today's show with some news on South Africa. 30 years ago, an historic event took place in South Africa, the country's first democratic elections. This was a significant moment because it marked the end of apartheid, a system of racial segregation that ruled the country for nearly 50 years. Under apartheid, South Africa was dominated by the minority white population, leaving its majority black population struggling for basic human rights.
Apartheid was an ideology and a system aimed at controlling every aspect of people's lives. It sought to humiliate and to degrade black people.
Now fast forward to today, and South Africa has seen remarkable progress. There's a growing black middle class, and its education system is more accessible. But despite those advances, issues like inequality, crime, and corruption still remain. There's a gap that continues to grow between the rich and the poor. Many people still struggle with basic needs like electricity and water, and some black families are still fighting the long-term consequences of apartheid. As we reflect on South Africa's democratic journey, CNN's David McKenzie takes us to the Rainbow Nation as some experts warn that a silent crisis is underway.
When thousands of students were bravely marching down these streets, they were fighting for a better future for South Africa. But decades later, here's a staggering statistic. More than 80% of grade 4s cannot read. Has it gotten worse over the 18 years of you being at the school?
Yes, it's becoming worse and worse.
At Morris Isaacson High School, famous for its role in '76, teachers like Prince Mulwela say that jobs in education are given to the politically connected, and corruption is rife. Primary students now come to his classes unprepared, he says. Corruption watchdogs call it a silent crisis.
We're living in a world, in South Africa, where it's all about politics. Everything is being politicized. So the education system is also being politicized. So that is the reason why probably we're experiencing such problems.
I feel honored being in the school because then I get to learn about history.
Some put their lives in danger for better future, for better education.
I spoke to two leading students at Morris Isaacson. They are proud of their school, but acutely aware of the challenges that lie ahead. Is there enough opportunity for young people like yourselves in this country?
Right now, no.
It's going to be a struggle, yeah, and it is scary for us to be sitting at home and doing nothing.
Especially when you know that you went to university for so long and you have a degree, a qualification, but you're still struggling to get a job because of the unemployment rates.
Those rates are some of the world's highest. An uncertain future, despite the bitter struggles of the past.
Pop quiz hotshots. Mount Fuji is the tallest mountain in which country? United States, Japan, Mexico, Nepal. Japan's Mount Fuji was designated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 2013. Hundreds of thousands of people travel to the mountain each year. Ah, Japan, a truly remarkable place to which tourists are flocking. When the nation reopened to visitors after the pandemic, this picturesque spot in front of Mount Fuji became selfie central. Tourists routinely flocking to this convenience store to capture the quirky contrast between the glowing neon lights and the serene mountain behind it. But now, locals are fed up. They're putting up a giant mesh barrier to make one of the town's most iconic photo spots disappear. This is part of a larger problem of over-tourism in Japan after the country experienced a record number of visitors in March. This is requiring the Mount Fuji area to put new policies in place, such as daily limits for hikers and mandatory fees. Locals are concerned that the mountain could lose its prestigious status as a UNESCO heritage site due to overcrowding, erosion, and the mess that tourists leave behind. Last year, CNN's Christy Lou Stout traveled to Japan to learn more.
Human traffic jams on sacred Mount Fuji.
Very cool. Just like a traffic jam.
An ambulance en route to an injured hiker. Litter on the mountainside. It's a side to Japan's popular tourist site that is not in the guidebooks. But for Mount Fuji ranger Miho Sakurai, it's just another day on the job.
There are definitely too many people on Mount Fuji at the moment. The numbers are much higher than before.
Famous for its snow-capped volcano, Mount Fuji has inspired artists and been a pilgrimage site for centuries. Less than 2 hours away from Tokyo, Japan's highest peak attracts visitors globally, and in 2013 became a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Over-tourism has become a big problem. This year, a post-COVID tourism boom has brought thousands more hikers to Mount Fuji, according to a Yamanashi prefectural government official. The environmental damage being done could cost Mount Fuji its heritage status, according to the local government.
Fuji-san is screaming out in pain. We can't just wait for improvement. We need to tackle over-tourism now.
Volunteers take away tons of trash each year. Climbers are urged to donate $7 to help keep the mountain clean, but not everyone pays up. And Sakurai says some behavior is even harder to control.
People of all experience levels come here, including first-timers. We want to prevent accidents, so we give them advice.
The risk of altitude sickness and hypothermia has been increased by a trend called bullet climbing, where hikers begin their ascent at night, pushing on until dawn, according to the Yamanashi Tourism Board. According to the local government, they start their hike from a place called Fuji's 5th Station, where the number of climbers arriving here from Tokyo has more than doubled between 2012 and 2019. The local government also says it wants to shift from quantity to quality tourism. It says replacing the main road to Fuji with a light rail system would be a more sustainable solution.
I'd be devastated if Mount Fuji's World Heritage status was taken away. I want it to have that status forever, so we'll do our best to keep it that way.
But with no easy fix in sight, Sakurai will keep doing her bit to protect the mountain she loves. Christy Lou Stout, CNN, Hong Kong.
Has anyone ever just started ringing your doorbell over and over and over again? Not cool, right? Well, in today's story, getting a 10 out of 10, it wasn't someone ringing the bell, it was something. CNN's Jeannie Mose has more.
We don't mean to knock the do-it-yourself woodpecker door knocker, or even Woody Woodpecker himself using a finger to ring the bell.
Hi, neighbor.
But both pale next to the real thing making the doorbell ding. As far as we can tell, no one ever answered the door. The last woodpecker story I did featured a woman in North Carolina ringing a doorbell to get help, removing a woodpecker tangled in her hair. This isn't the first time a woodpecker has been spotted ringing a doorbell. This one in Tennessee caused such a crack, the owner posted on Facebook looking for suggestions for a woodpecker-proof doorbell. And a woodpecker that rings a doorbell is no dumbbell. Jeannie Mose, CNN, New York.
Bill, I'll be darned. Woody taking knock-knock jokes to a whole new level. Thanks for helping me ring in the week. And thanks to the Mariners at Mariner Middle School in Milton, Delaware. Thanks for showing some love. And this shout out goes to the Cougars at Cascade High School in Turner, Oregon. You rock. Rise up, y'all. Go on and make it an awesome day. See you right back here tomorrow. Same time, same place. I'm Coy Wire, and we are CNN 10.